Welcome back to the Travel Agency in a Year podcast. I'm your host, Rachel K with elevatewithrachelk.com. And if you haven't figured it out by now, if you're just like finding me on this day, I'm a travel agency owner and I help travel advisors through elevatewithrachelk.com build a business that builds them up. And that's also what this podcast is about. And if you're joining right now, you might have to go back and listen to some previous episodes because this is kind of like the recap of why the heck, if you've made it this far, daily congratulations, but this is also why the heck am I even doing this in the first place? The little things that we've been discussing throughout the last 49 days. One is way back in the beginning, in the Wayback Machine. Nope, that doesn't apply here. I did go over marketing strategy and how it should be annual. And then in future episodes, I discussed the content calendar and setting up a monthly content calendar. And there's different ways you can do that. So hopefully you have done these things. You have them in place. Hopefully you also have a station for content creation. I'm going to trademark that. The content creation station. Just any part of your house. It's trademarked. Not trademarked. But, and do you have time blocked off specifically for content creation? That could be photo editing, that could be producing video content, recording any kind of content, written content. You do need at least a space that is not distracting for you at a minimum. And do you have time specifically blocked off so you are not interrupted by other people just randomly calling you, friends or family, or possible clients? You can be like, no, I'm working on this. So we talk about time blocking too. By the way, this is all in the Success Circle, which is one of the things that I offer. And it's a 12-month subscription program for $35 a month. And that, like, this kind of is a friend to the course a little bit. And there's all kinds of workbooks and more in-depth things, lessons inside the Success Circle. It takes about 2 hours a week to complete, fingers crossed. But we do in week 2, we talk about time blocking and your communication philosophy. Does your communication align with your communication philosophy for your business, with your mission statement, with your preferred offerings, your niche, and your services offer? These are all the little tiny baby steps that we've been taking to really get things set up to prepare to launch your new marketing strategy. Lead magnet. We just covered lead magnet for like 6 or 7 days straight. So these are all the little tiny baby steps that we're taking to go towards your goal. If you're anything like me, I don't know you, but if you're anything like me, you need smaller steps to get to the big goals you want to achieve. And I've said this in other episodes, but you always want to start with the big goal in 1, 3, 5, or 10 years, and then work backwards to where you're down to, okay, what do I do tomorrow? What are the 3 things I need to do tomorrow that's going to get me to where I want to be in 5 or 10 years? And it's usually 3 things that take like 5 minutes, maybe an hour. I don't know. Sometimes things are frustrating, but you'll get there. Once all of that is sorted out and your lead magnet's done and you got your email funnel and you're like, I'm ready. This is all ready to go. Then it's time to start focusing on launching this new product, service, whatever it is you're doing. Now, this doesn't mean you're going to go right out of the gate and get like a bajillion sales. This doesn't mean that what you have put together is going to guarantee to succeed. You do need to consistently be reviewing all of your analytics to see what's working and what's not working. Is there a decline or an increase in people interested in what you have to offer? And you may have to tweak as you go. Please understand that it is not, none of this is ever always set in stone. And I say this in many episodes too, like, do not strive for it all to be perfect. Just make sure that it's done and hits these benchmarks. Okay. There, like, you don't need to worry about a freaking typo. Everyone's got typos everywhere at some time. You don't need to worry if your branding colors are perfect. You can change it down the road if you want to, especially when you're new. You can always rebrand. When you're bigger, it's kind of harder to do. But if you're in the first few years, you can easily do a rebrand and nobody's going to notice except your regular clients. And they'll be like, I like it. So, what I want you to focus on once you're ready to launch this new marketing, like, service or product that you want to get into, focus on building the relationships and the community, not necessarily getting the sales. Because, folks, there's my Dave Ramsey again. I don't even listen to Dave Ramsey, but I feel like he says folks all the time. Folks, people work with travel advisors and other service based companies because they know, like, and trust them. You have got to build the relationship and sort of a community because they can book literally anywhere by themselves, whatever they want. It's not a requirement to work with us. Okay. So you've got to focus on building the relationships and the community. Think about any service based business you have ever worked for, not worked for, worked with. Sorry, my bad. So service based businesses can be like a CPA. I'm trying to think what else. Cleaning services for your home, lawn maintenance services. They have to focus when they very first start out, not CPAs necessarily, but people come back to the same CPA because they're like, I like how you served me while I got my taxes done and you helped me with this situation, right? Um, Cleaning businesses, they're going to ask for reviews and referral. Like, they're going to ask their friends and family who you use. So it's someone that's already trusted because that's someone in your house that's a stranger. They could do all kinds of things to your home, you know? And you're just like, la la la. Um, so they've got to build up strong relationships and be known in the community, right? You've got to do the same thing online, is what I'm saying. Like, I can clean my own house, but if I want to hire somebody, I'm going to make sure it's someone that I know, like, and trust. I can book my own vacations, but if I want to hire somebody, I'm going to make sure it's someone I know, like, and trust. Okay. Invite people you know to support you, and you're going to find out real quick who are people that you should not be involved with because they'll be like, oh, yeah, I'll totally do this for you. And then they don't do anything. But it's very, very easy for friends and family to like or comment on a post. You know what I mean? Like, follow you on socials. Invite them to just come support your new journey. And you want to make sure that when you're writing content or filming content for your marketing, you could be very, very hyped up about it. You're like, oh, I love all of this stuff that I'm working on. And then you start getting the process of content creation at your content creation station. And there's going to be days where you're not going to want to do it. So if there's a day where you're just like, this ain't happening, don't write and don't film anything. You want to make sure when you are doing this that you remain passionate in what you do and it's connected to your why. And this is why your business is allowed also, this is why your business is allowed to evolve because you could be very, very passionate in a specific niche and be like, I'm going all in on this. This is all I want to do. And then in 4 or 5 years, be like, I'm not passionate about this anymore. Now what? Now what am I going to do? Now what am I going to focus on? And you can always pivot. Don't worry about that unless you're like, I'm going to specialize in destination weddings. And then you create a business that's like, I only do destination weddings LLC. And then your website is I only do destination weddings LLC.com. Like, that's going to be hard to switch niches because your branding is like, I only do destination weddings. So, but know that it's okay if you decide to change niches. Monitor your passion and monitor if it's connected to your personal values on a regular basis. And if it starts to, it's going to wax and wane. You're going to go through cycles where you're like, I really don't want to do this right now. But then you're going to be like, I love it again for some reason. That's just going to happen. Just like anything else in life. You're not always going to be 100% like this best thing ever all the time. But when you notice that it's more often than not, there's like, it's not really aligning with your personal values anymore because guess what? You're allowed to grow and change people. And it's not aligned with, it doesn't light you up as much. And you can try and work on things forever and ever, but that doesn't mean that you should continue doing it. Does that make sense? So I don't know why I went on that random tangent with my last point of remain passionate and connected to your why. I just want you all to know you don't have to be stuck with what you've started in your business. So right now you could be like, well, I just started and this is what I want to do and this is what I'm going to do and this is going to be great. Great, that's great. Just just be okay within a few years. You might not want to do that niche anymore or sell that destination or you might not even want to be a travel advisor anymore. Who knows? Who knows? Be okay with it. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so hopefully you have taken all of these little small steps to really start getting an understanding of exactly how you want your marketing strategy to look, your content, so on and so forth, how you're going to communicate with everybody. You're at this point, hopefully, your platforms, your ICA, your communication philosophy, your client communications that you have set up and or revised, your lead magnet, your email funnel, referred offerings, and the services that you offer are all in alignment. And you've created this fabulous little I'm a travel advisor ecosystem, whatever the name of your company is. And it's this nice little functioning, everything complements and works with each other. I highly recommend you have these things in place before you're just like, and I'm out here doing travel. If you really, really, really want to scale, is what I'm saying. Okay. If you like this episode, subscribe. If you haven't, come back tomorrow. If you have, please. Thank you. Share it with someone who might need some motivation with launching their marketing strategy. Maybe they've got a really good lead magnet. Maybe they've worked really hard on that funnel. And maybe they're just like, I'm kind of afraid to put it out there. Tell them to come talk to me. All right. Otherwise, have a great day.